Let's talk about Bill Belichick and the Atlanta Falcons. Yes, Bill Belichick just finished a meeting with the Atlanta Falcons, and there is a mutual interest in both parties with each other. I would say go in with this with a very cautious mindset. Bill Belichick was 249-75 with Tom Brady, 30-11 in the NFL playoffs, amazing playoff record, 17 division championships, and he also had 9 Super Bowl appearances and won 6 Super Bowls as well. That's great. But without Tom Brady, a lot of things went wrong. He was 84-103, a 45% win rate, 0 division championships from 2000 to 2018, 30 postseason wins. From 2019 to 2023, 0 postseason wins. If Bill Belichick is coming in and he's just going to be the head coach and he's not going to have that much say so of the roster, I think that's for the best, because the Atlanta Falcons have a lot of good pieces on the offensive end. They need to figure out the quarterback situation, and they need to figure out their offensive philosophy as well, because Arthur Smith was the head coach and the offensive play caller when he was with this team. You already have a general manager in place with the Atlanta Falcons. I will say this about Bill Belichick. The defensive side of things, he's going to be phenomenal. And this is a Falcons team that has a very good defense. You have guys like A.J. Terrell, who is a very good corner. Jesse Bates, who is the best safety in the NFL today. 6 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles on the season. You also have Calais Campbell, who is older. He may retire after this season, or he may want to stick around. But you have him, who is a veteran option. David Onyemata is a very good defensive tackle. You have Grady Jarrett, who missed a lot of time this season dealing with a torn ACL. But when he is on the field and he's fully healthy, he's a very good defensive lineman for this team. You have Zach Harrison, who is a solid right end for this team as well. He's still very young. He can develop into becoming a star with this team. You have Lorenzo Carter. You have Caden Ellis and Bud Dupree, who looked very good this season as a pass rusher with this team. 6.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. So the defense is very good. You also have Clark Phillips III as well. So you have good pieces on the defense. The defense doesn't bother me because the defense was very good this entire season. It's the quarterback that I'm worried about. Now, Bill Belichick has not had that much success without Tom Brady and with other quarterbacks. Yes, they made the NFL playoffs before with a different quarterback and Matt Castle, but that was many years ago when Tom Brady tore his ACL early in the season. The Atlanta Falcons have a huge quarterback problem. Desmond Ridder is not the guy, and neither is Taylor Heineke. Desmond Ridder has 12 interceptions on the season. He also had 12 fumbles as well, and he had 12 passing touchdowns. He had more turnovers than he had passing touchdowns this season. And you have good weapons around Desmond Ridder. You have Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, and Jonnu Smith. You have good weapons around him. You have a very young core. The only thing that they're missing is that quarterback spot. And they're going to have to go out there and draft a quarterback more than likely, or go out there and bring in a veteran quarterback like a Russell Wilson to try to figure this thing out. But Bill Belichick's offensive philosophy is broken, and time has passed him by. When he was heavy on the offense for the last couple of years, look at the guys that he hired. Matt Patricia was an offensive coordinator for the Patriots a couple years ago. He is mainly a defensive coordinator. He's a defensive coordinator right now for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's what he is. He had him calling offensive plays. He may bring over Josh McDaniels, who has had a lot of success underneath Bill Belichick, but both of those guys' successes are tied to Tom Brady, not to another quarterback. Josh McDaniels has been a failure outside of New England. So you bring him over to the Falcons, it's basically the Patriots 2.0 without Tom Brady. Defensively, it's going to look great, but how would it look offensively? And the one plus for the Falcons, he will be the best coach in this division by far. Right now, the Carolina Panthers are looking for their next head coach, but he's better than Dennis Allen. And you also look at the other team in this situation as well, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are currently in the NFL playoffs. He's a better head coach than Todd Bowles as well. But when you look at Bill Belichick, I want Falcon fans to realize this. If he does get hired with this team, you're not getting that same Bill Belichick from 7 to 8 years ago when he was winning the Super Bowl against the Seattle Seahawks, when they were going against the New York Giants in the Super Bowl, when they had those offensive rosters, because he cannot draft on the offensive side the same anymore. Yes, this is the same guy that drafted Tom Brady, the same guy that drafted Rob Gronkowski, Julian Edelman, and Danny Amendola. But this is the same guy that drafted Isaiah Wynn, who was a horrible tackle in the NFL. The same guy that drafted N'Keal Harry, that drafted Sony Michel, that drafted all those busts. He drafted 2 bad tight ends for the Patriots to where he had to go out there and spend money to go get Hunter Henry, and he had to go get Jonnu Smith. And Jonnu Smith was with the Patriots for the last couple of seasons. He wasn't able to do much because they didn't know how to use him. They used him incorrectly within that system. He comes over to the Falcons. He looked very solid with this team and had a very solid season. I will say this about Bill Belichick. As a defensive mastermind, he is there. As a head coach, I'm very skeptical, especially for this team, because this is a Falcons team that's still in that rebuilding stage right now. They are just a quarterback away, but at the same time, you need to see more consistency out of Kyle Pitts. And it's not all on him because he hasn't had competent quarterback play since Matt Ryan. So hopefully he could come in, and if Bill Belichick does come in, hopefully he can come in, he can fix these things, especially their offensive philosophy. Regardless, the Falcons should be a run-first team with B. John Robinson and Tyler Algier, where that means they trade up with the Chicago Bears and they take Caleb Williams, or they trade up to get Drake May. Whatever they do, they should be a run-first team to make the quarterback's life easier, and then you distribute the football to guys like Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and also some other weapons on this team as well. If Van Jefferson is with this roster next season, he's an interested player with this team as well. They went and made a trade for him and went underneath the radar, but they went and made a trade for him to get him from the Los Angeles Rams. And he's a guy that could be a deep threat for this team as well. You also have Cordell Patterson, who was with the Patriots a couple of years ago and had a very successful stint with the team. So Bill Belichick has some guys on this roster that he's familiar with. You have Jonnu Smith. You have Cordell Patterson. We will see where this thing goes. They haven't hired him just yet. They're going to go out there and interview other coaches as well. But they are very high on Bill Belichick for the right reasons because of what he's done in the past. He's been to the Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl winning head coach, and he's the most accomplished head coach that's a free agent right now. But at the same time, I am concerned about this because if you can't figure out that quarterback situation, it doesn't matter who the coach is. If your quarterback play is still bad, it doesn't matter if you have Bill Belichick as head coach or Mike Vrabel as head coach. You're going to be in the same situation that you were in from this past season. A team that has a lot of good weapons on the perimeter and have a lot of good skill weapons, and a team that has a very good defense at times. But as long as you don't have that quarterback spot, it's going to be hard for the Falcons to win, even in one of the weaker divisions in the NFL. But let me know in the comment section below, should the Atlanta Falcons go out there and hire Bill Belichick? And if not Bill Belichick, who should they hire? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.